Hello everyone, I hope y'all are doing well today. Today is a good day because I am starting a new reading vlog. Today we're starting the Twisted series. It has taken the Bookstagram, BookTok, BookTube world by storm, and I can kind of see why. I actually already kind of started last night. It was an accident. So I started Twisted Love yesterday. I had like 20 minutes before work, and so I got like 20 or so pages in, and then I read a little bit while the boys I was watching were doing their homework. Got another like 20 pages in, and then after dinner I was just like, I just want to read for a little bit. I ended up reading the whole thing in a day. It was so fun. This video is going to be me reading the Twisted series, a reading vlog. We're gonna get our thoughts along the way, except for this book because I already read it. Oops. I can give you my thoughts now. Twisted Love follows Ava and Alex. Ava is going to school for photography. Her brother moves abroad to do like a medical brigade type situation. Ava and her brother are very close. He asks his best friend Alex to watch over his little sister. Alex very reluctantly agrees, and so through a series of her running into him, through a series of her friend kind of like meddling, Ava and Alex end up spending a lot more time together. Alex is like this super genius dude. He's in his mid-20s. He's already like a CEO. He is very self-possessed. He is a very like dark dude. He knows he's not a good guy. So Alex is like, stay away from me, you can't handle me. And Ava's like, I don't care. Naturally, like any dual point of view romance, the two get to know each other, they have sparks, they try to resist each other, it doesn't work. There were some moments in here, let's just say in the moment, I really enjoyed reading it, but I feel like the beginning of the book to the end of the book was so drastically different that it was kind of hard for me to wrap my head around. Maybe it would have been better if I hadn't read this in one go, and then I could have absorbed each time and location that they were at, because at the beginning they start off in her college town in Maryland, and then they're in Philadelphia for this like really crazy scene, and then she's in London for a while, and then they're back in DC. And then like the different phases of their relationship, I don't know, those parts were a little off for me. The spice was very spicy, it was very steamy. Check the trigger warnings because it might not be for, it definitely won't be for everyone. Very grumpy sunshine, very forced proximity, brother's best friend. I had a good time reading it, but I have to say I am looking forward to more from the rest of the series. We're gonna see. Hey friends. Okay, I know I probably look crazy right now and the lighting is atrocious, but I wanted to hop on here really quickly because I really want to start reading Twisted Games. If you're a mood reader, then you'll understand when I say this book has been screaming at me for the past few days, and I have a bunch of other books that I should be reading right now, but I really want to start this tonight. So I want to bring you along. Also, I love this, like the fact that she put the content warning, but some people I know get upset when they see all of it. They're like, it's spoilers. So I love that she gives this option to like go somewhere to get more information. I definitely would check the content and trigger warnings for sure if I were you. I always recommend that, but like definitely for this series, the men are very morally gray. Like that's what this series is kind of known for, is for their morally gray male protagonists or male main characters. This part says, In my 5 years as a bodyguard, I never once crossed my professional boundaries, and I wasn't about to start now. Reese, we all know you're talking crap. The back of the book says so. Cafe. I got a honey badger latte with almond milk, a latte with like cinnamon, and then sweetened with honey. So I'm excited to give it a try. I just got a haircut. She took off a lot, which is good because that's what I wanted. I'm kind of at the moment the synopsis is talking about where her brother tells her that he is abdicating the throne. It sucks because, as a lot of situations do, they don't tell the person that it's affecting the most first, and she just feels so betrayed. A lot of things have happened to poor Bridget already in this book. I'm guessing Ana Huang likes to take her characters through it. So we're gonna find out, I guess. Let's try this. That's good. Oh my gosh, you can really taste the honey. I just love honey and how it tastes different according to like what area it comes from. Okay, I have a few things to say. Number one, honey badger latte is very sweet, so if you don't want to ask me, maybe ask them to put less honey. I think that's what I'll do next time. And two, we just got to the part where Reese called Bridget for the first time, because since they're bodyguard and princess, or like client and provider, I guess, he calls her princess and she calls him Mr. Larson, and so something just happened and he called her Bridget for the first time. What a moment. Hey friends, a cold front came in and it's like super windy, like this cold wind, so I'm all like bundled up because I'm cold. I'm just reading Twisted Games before I have to leave for work, trying to read a little bit, do a little 30-minute reading sprint. I'm on page 72 and I feel like a lot has happened. They're finally kind of getting along, and then shit goes down. So that's where I'm at. I'm at this scene where Reese's past experience with being a bodyguard and being in the military is coming to light, and it's kind of intense. It's definitely really crazy. Also, I didn't realize that this was an age gap romance. I should have realized that because, of course, you know, being a bodyguard, you would need experience, you know, probably being in the military or being a security guard before that. And so the fact that Bridget is a princess, she would probably need an experienced bodyguard. So age gap. Hey everyone, I did finish Twisted Games by Ana Huang. This is the second book in the Twisted series. It follows Bridget, who is the Princess of Avalonia, I believe. I don't know how I feel about this book. I wanted to like it more than I did. I just feel like I've read so many royalty romances that it felt very similar to some other ones that I've read before. Or maybe there was just so much that went on and happened that it felt a little rushed. I know a lot of people loved how emotional and in-depth these characters were, like they really thought internally, but sometimes I felt like they thought and felt the same things over and over again. It was kind of hard for me to understand Bridget's, you know, initially lust, yes, but you know, eventually she came to really like him and then love him, and I didn't, it was hard for me to understand or relate to that because I didn't see those little stolen moments. Sometimes we were told about them, but we weren't very often in or involved in those moments that made Bridget and Reese become closer. To me, it was just described that Reese was very stoic most of the time, and most of the time they couldn't talk. I can understand how they learned each other's nuances and microfacial expressions and stuff like that, but to me, that's not enough to fall in love with someone. And so that felt kind of off for me. Not that the writing wasn't good. I did enjoy, there were some really good moments in there, but I'm still very hopeful for the third book. Something that might be affecting how I feel about this book is that I did experience a pretty rough reading slump. I have really been struggling to get into a book and finish a book fully. I don't know if this put me in the slump or if this happened during the slump. That probably has a large factor in my feelings for this book. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. As you should with every bookish thing I say. It's me, not the author. The next book I'll be reading is Twisted Hate, so I'll see you guys when I have an update for you guys.
Hey friends, it's been a while since I read Twisted Games, and I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I think it largely had to do with the fact that I was in the biggest reading slump of my entire life. I waited a little while, I'm no longer in a reading slump, and I think I'm finally ready to give Twisted Hate a shot. I'm gonna start it tonight. I'm a little nervous, but I'm a little excited. Josh and Jules very obviously hate each other. They razz each other, they tease each other, they couldn't give two shits about each other, but obviously that's not the case. So she is thick. I'm a little intimidated because it is 498 pages, but I think I'm ready to take on the task. Fingers crossed that I really enjoy this one. I really want to enjoy this one. Good morning, everyone. I wanted to talk to you guys about this book, Twisted Hate. I started it 2 days ago. The first night I started, I got like 60 pages in, and yesterday I read until page 323. I am having such a good time. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying Josh and Jules. It's really fun to kind of see more of their backstory and kind of like what makes them tick and what caused them to hate each other, because we know in the previous books that they hated each other. We just don't really know why. There was so much animosity between the two of them. So that finally got revealed, which was nice to finally know about. I wouldn't say it was something small. It definitely wasn't small, but it did grow into something bigger than I think either of them intended for it to grow. But seeing the two of them kind of actually getting to know each other because of a work thing, they kind of had to like call a truce, and they see each other a little bit more because of a variety of circumstances. One thing I love about Ana Huang is she puts so many different scenes into her books, and it really makes it fast-paced and like just fun, because you literally never know what's gonna happen next, and I really enjoy that. I'm having a really good time. So we kind of see their animosity being put to the side. They do decide to become kind of friends with benefits, and I think that's all I'm gonna tell you guys because I don't want to spoil anything. The steam is chef's kiss. And one thing I'm really liking about this steam is the fact that every steamy scene ends up having a purpose. It's not just there to provide like smut for us readers, which is also nice sometimes, but I like that each steamy scene so far has been very purposeful in revealing plot or changing their attitude. I don't want to say more. I love Ana Huang's writing style. It's just so smooth and easy to read. It just sucks you in. I'm really enjoying Jules' perspective. She's so snarky. They both are so snarky. And Josh's like cockiness, it's It's really funny. I was really nervous to read this because I didn't have such a great time with Twisted Games. And the more that I'm reading since that reading slump, I really think that the reading slump had a huge part in my enjoyment of reading during that time period. I'm hoping I can finish it today. I have a little less than 200 pages.
Hello again, everyone. It has been a while since I've done an update for this video, but I am so excited to finally let you guys know that I've started Twisted Lies. Twisted Lies is the 4th book in the Twisted series by Ana Huang, and it follows Stella and Christian. Both Stella and Christian have been present in the other 3 books. Stella is friends with Ava and Bridget and Jules, so we kind of get to see her and get to know her a little bit. She's kind of mysterious and a little aloof in the other books, but more in a way that's like she's very busy, and even though she's really good friends with the other girls, she's very private. And then Christian has a connection to Reese from the 2nd book because Christian was originally Reese's boss when he was a protective agent or like a bodyguard for Bridget. Yeah, I'm not gonna say more on that because it might be spoilers for the 2nd book. I started this book and I got like 125 pages in one sitting, and then I got sick. I was gonna do an update and then boom, I got sick, and no one needs to hear me or see me when I'm nasty and gross like that. Now I'm almost on page 200 and I'm so excited to talk about this book with you guys. The tension. I really enjoyed Twisted Hate, but I think this one is easily my favorite book so far. I mean, there's still like 400 pages to go, so there's a lot that could happen. There's a lot that could lead me astray from that opinion, but I am loving it. I love Christian's like tortured self. He's like, I can't love, I won't love, what is love? But you like feel, you just feel it, you know, the tension and his obsession. I will say I misunderstood the synopsis of this book. For some reason I thought that Christian was the stalker. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me back up. On the back of this book, the synopsis explains that Stella, who is an influencer and a fashion blogger, she has a stalker and he returns in this book. I don't know why the wording of this made me think that it might be Christian, so I was very going into this. I was very iffy about it, and that's part of the reason why it took me so long to pick this book up. But that's not the case. Christian is not the stalker. He is just kind of unreasonably obsessed with Stella. He's very drawn to her and he doesn't know why, and he hates it, and it's very frustrating to him because he has absolute control over himself. Once I realized that, I was like, okay, all in, let's go. So I'm having a really good time. It's really nice learning more about Stella and her backstory and why she is so private and things like that. But yeah, things are starting to go down. The fake relationship has been established. Christian and Stella are kind of fake dating to kind of push her social media presence and kind of help him out too, because he's seen as like a stone cold dude. So Stella's very soft and well-rounded. That's all kind of picking up. The stalker is kind of doing his crazy thing and things are kicking into gear, and I'm loving it so far. And now that I've done this update, I can't wait to like rip through the rest of this book. Hey friends, what's up? It is a beautiful fall day here. I think I talked to you guys a few days ago. I have made some progress. This book is so good, and Ana Huang is the queen of tension. Like, I wasn't even mad that anything hadn't happened like intimately yet. But oh my gosh, I needed something to happen, and so I finally read until that scene happened, and I was not disappointed. But then like I actually really needed to go to bed, so I put that down. So now I'm currently on page 362. I'm hoping to finish this book today. It is the perfect day to do it. It is just an absolutely gorgeous day outside. It's cozy enough for a sweater, and I just need to finish this book. I'm so ready, but you know, I'm really nervous though because things are finally kind of happening, and like Christian is finally kind of letting some of his walls down, as much as Christian will let his walls down, but he keeps mentioning this like secret. So now I'm like nervous. Let's do it. Is Christian one of my new book boyfriends? I love his sarcasm. I don't know what that says for me though. He's visiting Mara. Mara is someone important to Stella, and he's just like so charming. I'm really loving this book. I'm nervous to jinx myself, but right now this is shaping up to be a 5-star read for me, but I'm like so nervous for the ending, you guys. Ah! Some shit's about to go down. Not long after I gave my last update, I think the like 70% conflict happened, and I'm stressed. I'm really stressed. Oh, also, this is my compression glove. I've been getting a lot of pain in this hand. This has really been helping. So I don't know if any of you suffer from hand pains. I don't know if it's arthritis or tendonitis. Anyway, I digress. So the 70% conflict happened, and then some of the stalker situation is finally happening. I'm so stressed. But like, it's so good. I finished it. That was such a satisfying ending. I was 100% wrong about who the stalker was. This is my problem with mystery books, is I literally never can figure out and guess who the culprit is. But my mind still spirals. It was very satisfying how that turned out. I don't know what that says about me. But we love a morally gray person, because life is not black and white. It's very gray. Okay, everyone, let's wrap this video up. It has been a long time coming. I first started this video in March when I read Twisted Love literally in one day, practically one sitting. I had been planning on filming the vlog, and then I just loved it so much I couldn't put it down and start the videos. I think I would give this book a 3.5 star or maybe a 4 star just for the veracity with which I went through this book. It sucked me in and sucked me into this world that Ana Huang created. It sucked me into these friendships and these characters, and I was excited to read more. Then we follow Bridget and Reese. I started this in end of March, beginning of April, when I went through a pretty bad reading slump. This was my least favorite book. I would probably give it a 3 star. However, based on just like how much I've loved the rest of the series, I feel like I was probably really affected by my reading slump. I would definitely like to give this another try and see where my rating stands then. Then we started Twisted Hate, I believe in June, and I ripped through this in like 2 or 3 days. It was so good. It gave me faith in the Twisted series again and made me question my feelings on this. We followed Jules and Josh and their kind of like love-hate relationship. I feel like it's really hard to do a enemies to lovers in contemporary romance, but I feel like Ana Huang kind of nailed it and did a really good job with this. I love the steamy scenes. Jules is so funny and like wild, spicy personality, and I really enjoyed that. This was definitely like a 4.5 star rating for me. And then we have Twisted Lies. I don't know, just right off the bat, I love Stella. Right off the bat, I loved Christian and his dry humor and sarcastic wit. I just love Christian and I love Stella and I love them together. This, I think, is a 5-star read for me. This is my favorite of the series. If I were to stack them in order, it would be Twisted Games on bottom. Sorry, Reese and Bridget, I'll give you another chance another time. Ava and Alex, I love seeing Ava and Alex throughout the rest of the series though, and Alex's kind of transformation. I really enjoyed that. Then we have Josh and Jules, and then we have Twisted Lies. Christian and Stella. I think one of the reasons why I really enjoyed and related to Stella and Christian is Stella's kind of journey with social media. But I understand that like draw to social media, finding kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Just like looking for affirmation through social media, I think is something that I kind of related to Stella with. I really liked the time period that this book was. For the other books, Ana Huang really writes these over a longer period of time. For the majority of this book, it was over a few months, a handful of months, like 6 months, as compared to the other books that are like years. The epilogue was longer. But I appreciated that it happened in the epilogue. It was easier to stay attached to these characters, whereas like I really liked Twisted Love and where it was going, but then that gap happened and I felt a little disconnected after that. What a fun reading vlog. What a fun series. I am so satisfied with how this ended. I'm so glad that I finally gave these books a chance. I love Ana Huang's writing style. I will definitely be picking up more books by her in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog. I had a really fun time filming it and reading these books. I have a new book boyfriend to add to my list, and I can't wait to reread these and annotate these. I wish I had annotated this book so much. I kind of annotated Twisted Love, but I didn't like write in it. I just tabbed it. I would love to go back, truly mark up these books. Alright everyone, I hope you're doing well. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Sending you all the good vibes, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.